What's up, Metal Summoners? We are so stoked to be seeing you. We are super stoked to hang as always. Welcome back to your Island of Misfit Toys. It is Wednesday. We are kicking off your weekend right in the middle of the week, just the way that we like to do it. We got Angel, we got myself, and let's get some mayhem up on the Metal Summit today. We are really, really pleased to be rocking out. We appreciate their time, and we're going to talk about all kinds of fun things and what's going on in their world. Project Mayhem AD is live right now. First and foremost, thank you so much, everyone, and welcome to the Metal Summit.
Well, thank you for having us.
Absolutely. It's completely our pleasure. Absolutely. We are super stoked that you guys are down for the cause and that, Curtin was so cool about everything. But let's have a little fun. First and foremost, we were talking about it off the air, but let's have a little bit of roll call. Todd, why don't I start it off with you, man, and then you can pass it along. Let's give yourself an introduction. Let everybody know who you are.
Cool. I'm Todd, or Todd the Toad. I'm the vocalist. So then we got up here on the right is Larry the guitar. So Larry, take it away. I don't know if you heard me, but
hey Todd, you look pretty cool.
Right on, thank you. Well then Dwayne, take it away. Dwayne's on the bottom, he's guitar.
Kind of jealous.
I don't know if Dwayne or Larry can hear me. Well, then you take it, Ruby. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, then do your roll call. What are you?
I'm the drummer.
I'm the drummer.
Yes.
Yeah.
Angel, let's see if we can figure out where that kickback's coming from, bud.
I really wish I
think
had my makeup on now that I see Todd. I'm like, you look so cool.
Yeah, Brian was like, I should do it every interview. He was like, you should go out to shows. He said, get a necklace and hang a black light necklace around your neck. And he goes, go out to local shows so people see you.
Oh, my God.
Because when I don't have my makeup on, sometimes people don't recognize me. It's trippy.
Bro, that'd be cool.
Okay, what about you, Colin?
Oh, I'm Colin, the bass player.
So we just can't hear Larry.
He rocks it, man. He rips his strings out, lost his saddles. So the last couple of shows, he rocked a 3-string bass and still made it sound badass.
Nice.
What about you, Dwayne? Could you hear?
Yeah.
Okay, you do roll call.
What?
Roll call. What do you do in the band?
Oh, I play guitar. Heavy crunch guitar.
What about you, Larry? Can you hear now, Larry? Well, Larry's the hatchet man on the top. He's a guitar man. He's fucking badass. Sorry, I was not sure I'm supposed to cuss, but he's badass. He's a really him and Dwayne, man. They got the crunch and the leads locked in. It's good. Not like solos, but lead. It's really good.
Awesome, man, for sure. Hey, let's jump right into some fun. Before we get into what you guys have been going on and going through when it comes to live stuff, why don't you talk a little bit about the formation of Project Mayhem AD and how you guys came together?
Well, Ruby's actually the founding member, so.
Okay. Well, I'll do this real quick then, as quick as I can, since Larry can't really chime in. Long time ago, me and Larry met years ago, and we were in a different band, and it just didn't work out. And let's just say that we got back together at it was a club called the Ivy Room here in Oakland, California. Plug for the Ivy Room. And so it was just a mutual kind of like, let's fucking see if we can get some shit going, and different players came in and out. Long story short, I guess, me and Larry are the longest tenured in what has been this group. There's been Todd came in and Colin came in. We had known Dwayne for years, me and Larry both. So there was already that very common connection. It's kind of awkward seeing myself. Trying not to look at it. So basically, it was me and Larry and Dwayne for a long time, and we put this little demo together, and we were in search of a bass player and a vocalist. We went through a couple people. We didn't just go with the first ones. Most people just, you want to go with, you settle real quick. We didn't. We went with the ones who seemed the most hungry and who were like, they were having fun doing it, which is very important when you're playing music. And so that was very kind of like the core of what this band is. Colin's been the only bass player for Project Mayhem AD. Todd has been the only singer for Project Mayhem AD. I've been the only drummer. So on and so on. So we're a very like core band right now. The evolution of the band is, that's like a tree, because we've all been in different groups, and we all, have our own backgrounds in playing stuff. I can't speak for them. I came from a couple bands before, but this one's fun. This one's very accepting. And, when it comes down to it, the fun and love of playing music is why we do this. And so that's why we're all here.
So like Larry would say, is that we're all kind of the founding members of Project Mayhem. We all make up Project Mayhem, but, people were brought together before this. That is why we were possible. And then, I've known Dwayne for a long time too. Me and his old bands played together. And then I played a show at Toots where I was playing bass and singing. And then me and Dwayne just started talking. He's like, hey, man, my band's looking for a singer, and I was like, dude, send me all the stuff. He sent it to me. And literally 3 days later, I had all 9 songs they sent me done. I was ready to go. I mean, their guitar sung the words to me, man. I never experienced nothing like that. I've always been good at freestyling and stuff, but like their guitars were singing the lyrics to me. It was super easy to write to this.
Nice.
There was a lot of thought. I can say put into what we knew was going to be handed to some. We didn't have a set vocalist at the time when me and Larry and Dwayne were putting these arrangements together. When Todd came in and put his magic on there, it changed everything, because we already had what would be described as a cool sound.
Yeah.
It's fun. It's a cool sound. And it's like, all right, we got a good sound. The music's holding up. What is it going to sound like once someone throws some lyrics on there? And it just gave the goosebumps. It was like, this is, wow, really, really something that came together fucking awesome. Sorry, I'm cussing. Pretty awesome.
we're all about the fucking swearing.
Okay, cool. I don't swear a lot, but it comes out. And so yeah, when
we played, there was
handed these
magic.
demos. Yeah, there was demos handed to everybody, and it was just Todd came in prepared, Colin came in prepared. All I can say is that this little thing that is what you all hear was a product that I didn't think was going to make it this far so fast. Yeah. In a lot of ways,
it was just a demo album.
It was a demo album. I was going to go back in and put real drum tracks on there and actually get a second take, because a lot of what is on that, of what you call a demo, is a very Van Halen 84 cut. Yeah. We got like one red light, and I think we had like maybe we warmed up for about a minute on the first track. It was like, all right, well, let's play it again, and let's just from then on, no stopping, no retakes of anything. And personally, for a drummer, that's frustrating, because you want to go back and you're like, man, give me one more chance, because that kind of sucks what I did.
Hey,
but
it's pretty magical. Whatever happened on that album was magic, man.
It came out raw. It came out real. And when I listened to it, I'm like, you know what? That's where I think it has something authentic, which in today's music is very lost, because everyone's on this, let's make a song, and they write the whole song to this. The whole thing starts, it ends, it's the whole thing. And that's why a lot of music today, I think, has no soul. And it's like, it's dead in a year, it's dead in a week. The bands from the 60s and the 70s and the 80s and the 90s, they weren't writing they were playing off each other. They were feeling they were feeling the sounds off of each other. And that's how we wrote this music. Because you can throw something at the wall and see if it sticks, but you really have to feel it. walk away. And a lot of these songs, they were put together over time in a sense of it wasn't something that was done in a week. Traditional rock is not written that way. You write good music, together. And that's one thing we did. It wasn't just one person's mind controlling everything. We're very much a band.
They're just having fun.
We have fun. I ask my guys, what tempo do you hear when you're playing your guitar? And tell me. I'm not going to be offended. And that's different. And that's what we do. That's why we work. And it's important for a band to work together.
Well, I'll tell you, Ruby, the one thing that's also really interesting about the point you just made, and like Angel and I have been very fortunate to get to talk to musicians from all of those decades that you talked about. We've talked about people that go back to the 70s and the 80s and the 90s. And it's funny because I feel like while the major changes and advances in technology nowadays are great and can be super beneficial in a lot of ways and stuff like that, it also allows for people to quote unquote call themselves musicians, because you can sit down at a computer with all the stuff that's out nowadays and all the software, make something in 10 minutes, throw it up on iTunes or something like that, and hey, look, I got a song, or I got an EP, or I got an album, versus what you do as you described it, where it's a band, it's performing as a band, it's recording as a band. And I think that's the thing that's also forgotten but then remembered when you look back at those bands from previous decades where they didn't have all those advances.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like not naming any names, but we played a lot of shows recently, and there's been a couple bands we played with that they had all these backing tracks. I was super surprised, like you said, I mean, all of the vocals, all the melodies were backing tracks, and they just did the heavy stuff live, so they didn't have to worry about being in tune. I was so surprised. And same with the guitars. They're just playing the chunky parts, a little bit of leads, but everything was backing tracks, and it just looks like they're playing. I mean, when they did sound check, and I was like, whoa, this is crazy. I mean, I have backing tracks, but it's just like an intro sample or a sample from a movie. It's not like a full backing track, you know what I mean?
For sure.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
It's only a few people that notice that stuff, and they don't care to lose that audience,
Mm-hmm. Oh,
yeah. I think an audience can tell. I think an audience can tell when something is and there's nothing wrong with EDM. Mm-hmm. I can get down and fucking monkey beat all night, and it's great. All we're trying to do is just have fun. We're just dancing and grooving, and moving. We're moving to it. So I'm happy. Rammstein kills it doing a very hardcore metal style. Mm-hmm. So you can't knock when you say it's like, well, you're doing this the whole time, or typo negative. It's like it's all.
No, Nine Inch Nails does that too, but it's totally different.
But they're killing it, man. They're killing it.
Totally different.
So it's not wrong, but it's a different style of creation, and it's a different type of sound. That's all it really is.
Those bands still play a lot to live, like Skinny Puppy, Nine Inch Nails. They're still playing really live stuff.
Oh yeah,
they're still badass, man. They're still badass.
And I love EDM stuff for sure. I like my stuff to be a little bit more like gothy or have a little bit of that touch to it. But I mean, yeah, you mentioned Skinny Puppy. I mean, KDFDM does great. You've got My Life with the Thrill Kill Cult. I'm a huge Orgy fan, and I love their subsequent band from their two former guitar players, Julian K.
We just played with Julian K. Yep.
Oh, then you get to play with my buddies Ryan and Amir.
Twice.
We played with them twice. Yep, on the Priest, the Neon Lights tour.
Nice.
At the Whiskey and Goldfield.
Those are my homies.
Really cool.
That is awesome for sure. So, Angel, I'm going to kick it up to you in just a second, man. I got one more question in my segment here, but I need you to do me a favor, Angel. I need you to make Todd the main photo real quick. Because along with music that's remembered by fans, especially when you play live, because that's of insane value, is that your music's remembered and enjoyed by the people that you are performing with. A look never hurts. Something to remember, a style, a performance piece is always incredibly valuable when it comes to that. Hey, that's me. Hi, guys.
Hey.
What's up, Metal Summoners? Anyway, we're going to get Todd up foremost, but I am going to kick it over to him. Talk a little bit about the look and the style and the visual aspect when it comes to Project Mayhem AD. Of course, friends, all of you guys are down to talk on this. Todd, I'm just putting you on Front Street because you're the one who came in the fighting gear.
Yeah. Okay, so we do a UV black light show with the music, because my heart comes from 2000, 90s, where all the new metal bands. I mean, when you first seen System of a Down, they had makeup on. Mudvayne always has makeup. I mean, Rob Zombie, even Marilyn Manson. I just like the performance aspect of music. Like when you go to see music, you obviously want to hear good music, but you want to see a show, something you'll remember, something that gives you chill, something that you're like, whoa, what is going on?
Theatrical.
Yeah. And then could you imagine at the beginning of your segment, you had all those people running together? Could you imagine at nighttime, a wall of death with everybody either wearing glow in the dark makeup or glow in the dark merch or clothes and everybody running together? That would just be an insane visual that's never been done before. It's been done in the EDM and raves and stuff, but it's never been brought really into the metal kind of new metal aspect. I had a dream about it. We did it one time and everybody kept asking us, you guys are going to do it again? You're going to do it again? And then everybody started to get involved in the band and start to do it. And then just started to grow into something that became like its own life.
That's awesome. Did Project Mayhem start without makeup?
Yes.
Yeah, they did. But our first show, I wore makeup. And
Right on.
Yeah, but at first everybody was like, what do you mean? And then when I wore it, they were like, oh. And then we got such a good response. Everybody started it just kind of evolved.
Hell yeah. No,
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. For sure. Actually, there's I live in Maryland, and I've got there's a local band that I'm friends with called Night's Edge. They've since gone a different direction, but like just visually, but they started with that neon, the glow in the dark black light type paint too. So it's something
cool.
that was incredibly appealing to me when Angel called me and was like, hey, we got this band Project Mayhem AD for the show on this date. I was like, cool, sounds killer. So I'm going and I'm checking you guys out, and I'm like, oh dude, I'm already in. These guys remind me of my mates. So it's all good when it comes to that. So no, that's super cool, and I love a visual show. I mean, of course, Angel and I grew up with bands like Kiss and all that kind of stuff, and I'm a huge Rob Zombie and Marilyn Manson guy. So I mean, I love all that kind of stuff. So definitely want to put it out there and discuss it, because not only is it a vital part of your show, I mean, it's a think piece. It's a conversation starter, especially for fans that might go out for, maybe they went out specifically for Priest but didn't know who Project Mayhem was. Maybe they went out for Julian K, didn't know who Project Mayhem was, but you left but you're going to leave a lasting impression because you're giving them a visual that it's kind of like, well, geez, Priest in masks, Ryan and Amir are Ryan and Amir, but these guys are they glow. So
we're radioactive.
Absolutely.
Yeah, exactly. Because we're Project Mayhem after like the explosions, like in Fight Club when Project Mayhem and they blew everything up. It's kind of like we're coming from a toxic wasteland and trying to tell people, hey, this is what we're doing that's going to lead us into this turmoil of this toxic wasteland, and then we're going to be like this.
Toxic Avenger.
I love the Toxic Avenger, by the way. I'm a huge trauma nerd. So I'm all about that. But hell yeah, man. No, I appreciate it. Angel, my man, let's kick it over to you for a little bit. Fans, don't be afraid to pump in your questions and comments. We want to hear what you guys have to say. Any questions you want to give the band, we always
give it to us
to be able to answer. So don't be shy. Make sure that you pump those guys in while we keep Project Mayhem AD on schedule. But Angel, it's all you, my friend.
Hey, I just want to say thank you so much for your time. First of all, drummer, I love your drum set. So my question is,
thank you.
Is there ever pressure, like to, when you having to travel with it, for you to bring less drums on tour with you? Because I mean, your drum set is fucking awesome.
Thank you.
And those people. So I guess my question is, what influenced you to become a drummer?
Oh, okay. Well, I started music when I was really young. I would play music with my grandfather. My mates have heard this story so many times, and it stems from there. He would be on an acoustic. I kind of flipped the acoustic over and kind of started banging on it. So there was the sign of where I was going to go with things, and got my first drum set when I was 15. One of those JC Penny. Remember those JC Penney catalogs? They would sell drums.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay. That thing lasted about a month. And then let's just say I lost my father really, really young, and he left me money. And with some of the money that he had left to me, I got this drum set, which you're talking about. And she is a 1986 Tama Superstar.
Wow.
It's old school, really thick maple shells. All I can say is it was I'm grateful to my grandmother who passed away recently. She put up with a lot, because imagine a 15-year-old with not much knowledge playing a drum set that is absolutely monumentous and monumentous. And it was a learning curve. It took me a while. All I can say is that I have fun. And my influences, when I think about the people who taught me how to play, I listened to a lot of Metallica. I'm just gonna throw it right out there. When I was younger, that was a big core base of how to not really play drums per se in a sense, but how a song should sound in general, with the changes and all these small little things. Pantera was probably the next really big band that changed me. Vinnie Paul, his style was very, very punchy, powerful. Taught me a lot of that double bassing style. And if I had to finalize and say like my big three, it would probably be Joey from Slipknot. Those three kind of, if you in a nutshell, if you think about it, it's like that kind of describes how I sound in a lot of ways. Now, the drummers that I wish I sounded like, obviously John Bonham, Gene Hoglan, Dave Lombardo. Those are the guys who are like way up there for me, where it's like they're off the hook. But and I do have those feelings for Vinny and Joey, but they're such a personal influence. It's not something that I see them on a different stratus. But yeah, man, when it came to playing, I've always kind of liked to approach drums in an aspect of let the guitar tell me what to do, rather than drums aren't always supposed to lead. They're a following instrument. Sometimes they can lead, but I love to complement the guitar and play behind what I hear, and play off of each other. It's so important to play off of each other, rather than trying to force something in, to satisfy an ego or something like that, is because that happens to all of us. We all have egos, we all got to keep those monsters in check. And without stepping on creative toes, you work together and you communicate, and you'll feel the best sound. I mean, when you're playing a part and you're like, oh, that's the one, and you start getting those little bumps on your arm and you're playing the part, and like, okay, that's the tempo, that's the part. You might have played it 10 other ways, but that's the way you want to play it, and you can feel it. And so if I had to say anything about my style and how I learned, it's like that's one thing I learned from those three was that's the goal for me whenever I'm playing the drums, is try to get it close to Joey, try to get close to something Vinny would do. Make sure you got some decent arrangements, some decent changes in there. Don't yeah. Very loaded answer, but it's something. I play drums for fun. I don't ever think that I'll be, I don't try to be the most technically precise, precision drummer. I'm a feel drummer. I love to play off. You hit a chord, I'm gonna look at you, and we're gonna feel it out, and we're gonna jam. We'll feel when the cymbals come in. All those things are. I'm very human when I play. I have a lot of human element in me. It's like we're all becoming so desensitized that we kind of forget where it's like, when something lays off, it kind of takes your imagination somewhere. Just imagine how Pink Floyd would sound if they had to, record to a click. It's like, well, there you go. So you got to have that imagination and allow things to kind of flow sometimes. What is it? You can't force a river into submission. You got to go with the flow, and it just leads to bigger and better things when I think you work off of each other, rather than just like I said, you made a part and you're trying to, this force a part in there when it's like it's just not fitting, but then you make it fit and it can work. But I like things to happen naturally when we're jamming.
And the only time we've really had issues like taking the drums on tour, like you were asking, is if the drum riser is too small. One time it was like just a little bit too small, so we had to make it work. Or if you're playing with some like sign bands and they're backlining and they have all their drums on stage, sometimes we got to set up and it takes up a lot of the room. And I mean, one time we had to set up on the floor and promoter wasn't too happy, but that's what the sound guy told us to do. You know what I mean? So just very few times, maybe 2 or 3 out of the 50 shows we've played or something.
Yeah.
Are my cymbals in the same place whenever, like, every show? Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I'd have to say that's probably the biggest and hardest thing to deal with, is the sheer size of it. Is everything's always in a different place, and it seems like it's an ominous thing,
You even got a carpet where everything is marked.
Yeah, it marks, but it's still, when you're putting, the cymbals aren't all marked. So, and cymbal stands get shifted. It's like, when you take a guitarist strap and just pull it up really, really, really high, or pull it down really, really, really low. It's like, all right, now go play perfect. Because when you have a big drum set, that does happen. But drum stages suck. The drum risers suck, yeah.
We had that one band go, "Oh man, your drum set's so good. We're playing after you. Can we just use your set?" We're like, "Yeah, it's already set up. Just use our set." And they hung their shirts over our kick drums for their logos, and they use her set.
I hate drum risers, man. First thing I do when I walk in a venue is I go stare down that stage. If I see any riser, you'll see, Todd knows, I'm like,
I don't know if it's gonna fit. I go, well, let's see how the carpet fits first.
It's like, we'll see what happens.
You mentioned jamming. Do any songs come together out of jam sessions?
You know what? I'll be honest with you. Almost every song on that album is from, you're talking about when COVID kind of hit. We had a lot of time.
Yeah, we had masks on.
So we had a lot of time to sit there, and like I said, you're playing a riff, or Larry or Dwayne are coming at me with a riff, and you can play it this way, you can play it this way, you can play it this way, and which one hits the best?
Yeah.
And so you just,
so it's about jamming to figure that out. Somebody will bring a riff, and then we jam it until we figure out what works and what gives you, like you said, the goosebumps. And then through the jamming, that's how we're writing this next album. Obviously the first album was, a lot of it was already done when I came in, but that's how this next album is coming, is through somebody bringing a riff, and then we jam it out until we find what works and what everybody's cool with. And it's been really good, so man. This next album is something else.
Taking a little longer.
We're all in the same room when we are jamming. We're not like a band that sends a track to someone else and they're like, "Here, I wrote this song," because that does happen. It is. And then, hey, you know what? Sometimes that's what you got to do. And maybe you're just like, this is just a riff. It's not a song, but it's still, a huge percentage of everything we've got done was created looking into each other's eyes and feeling it. I think that's why it's kind of got whatever it might have, even though, like I say, I wish I could go back in and make my lines better, because I got one man that's, one take is frustrating, but that's at the end of the day, that's why I think it's got something that, is different. Maybe that's just me.
So when it comes to you guys doing the live show, how does the set list come together?
We play that like,
what it said.
yeah, we kind of play it like the album, just so it's, until we can drill it into people's heads. We have another song, Sleepwalkers, that we play in the set, and we usually play that. If we can play the whole thing, we play it, 9th out of 10 songs. So that's one that's not on this album. It's on the next one. So yeah, we try to keep the because we have like an intro sample. At least Mad Max kind of needs to be the intro song because it has that big intro to the set. But the next album I'm gonna have another intro, so then we can start to mix stuff around. You know what I mean? But yeah, we try to keep it like the album
Yeah,
until
so pretty
people
much
know the songs. Once you start to know the songs, then we can start to move it around a little bit.
What's up?
That's like when I first seen Korn, back in like '94 when they were just making and opening up for KMFDM, like he was talking about KMFDM. I seen them open up for KMFDM, and they pretty much played almost like the album for the first tour. They played the set pretty much consistently the same for that first couple years to drill it into people's heads.
Beautiful. I love you.
Oh, that's an awesome thing to do.
Yeah, so then people will know, oh, okay, yeah, I remember this song, you know what I mean? So then people that start to see the sets consistently start to know, and then like Dwayne was saying, now it's time, since these people have seen us 10 to 15 times, let's start to mix some songs in and out of the new ones, which
Yeah, the more local crowd,
Yeah.
That's what I meant. Not just like the ones that we travel like hours and hours away. I definitely like keep playing the sets.
Yeah. But then the local ones we can start putting in new songs to see how they react and where we should put them in the set and stuff like that.
Yeah, some of that. I still just want to, explore, even though not thinking about how they react, Just do it.
Yeah.
When you're playing like a new song, has there ever been a moment or an audience that just was not digging the song? Has that ever happened?
Yes, that's happened recently. I just want to put it like this. When it comes to what I want to call hardcore music, ballads are always going to have an effect on an audience, especially when you're at a metal show. And one of our, well, there's actually two of them. Two of the newer songs are on a slower tempo, a little lighter scale of things. They're still heavy, man. They're still heavy. The dynamics are there. And if you ask me, I think they're the most radio-friendly things like that we have. And I'm like, oh, they're so radio. But they're heavy. They got a vibe about them. They got that voodoo vibe about them. There's a...
or Spiders from System of a Down, how it's like that one song is just...
They're slower. There's two slow ones that are going to be on the next album. Slower ones. And one was considered a ballad we tried out at a show up north in California at Casper. Casper, the famous ghost. So we tried this show out. We were at this show and we tried out this new song. And it did exactly what we kind of thought it was going to do. Me and Dwayne talked about this going in, where to put it, because Dwayne is the main writer in this thing. He wrote this beautiful fucking guitar riff with this badass change. And I just want to say that we knew it was going to happen. Now, what do? It's like, well, you learn from it. You don't overreact. It's not the song. It's like, dude, we knew that was going to happen. And it's like, hey, man, I know as well as anybody how Exodus feels about ballads. And I think that it's one of those things that just happens at hardcore shows. When you go to a show and every band is Igor, Igor, and everyone's just roaring, fucking pitting, roaring and pitting. And then you start playing something melodically nice. You have those people who go, and they walk out. Now,
if you're playing with Mudvayne and play that song, people are gonna love the shit out of it. You know what I mean? So
I feel like it's a heavy song, and you know, so to answer your question, yes, we have had that happen. And did it affect us? No, no way, man.
No,
Because
yeah.
you know,
No.
you just plow right through. Because I mean, the very next song, we're right back on the fucking 180
Everybody
tempo.
came back, so we just call it the panty dropper song. You know, it's where the chicks will see it, and then some of the dudes will go to the bathroom real quick, get drinks. But yeah, I noticed a lot of chicks were there watching it, and a lot of the dudes left for a sec, but then they were right back when we played the next song.
Lord forbid it's melodically nice, you
Still
know.
got a good response, so
That's awesome, man.
And we were
Angel,
playing in a church too. That was even better.
Angel, let me jump in real quick for a split second, brother, because I want to turn it on to Dwayne and Colin, two of our quieter members of this interview, and Larry, of course, if he's able to pop back on, because with Angel being our resident drummer, I'm our resident strings guy because I'm a bass guy myself, but I also love guitars. So I really want to hear a little rig rundown from you guys and what you guys play.
All right. Well, I play Washburn guitar, signature Mudvayne, Greg Trebet. It's very rare guitar. You can't really buy it anymore, and nobody has it in the whole. I don't think in California, not in Barrie anyway. But that's my guitar that I really just keep using over and over again. I do have another backup Washburn,
Nice.
and I have a custom built Randall amp that was built by a friend of mine with Celestial Eminence's speakers. So it's the 3005 All-State head. I use Dunlop Picks 70s, and basically I have a Dimebag Darrell wah.
Oh, hell yeah.
Yeah, that Todd's dad hooked me up with.
Nice.
And it's been working pretty good. It's got like about 7 settings on it. It's pretty neat. And that's what I play.
my dad's a metal guitar player too.
Mhm.
So.
And then I have a noise gate, but it's just generic. What about you, Colin?
Yeah.
Oh, I just play through a fucking Ibanez. That's it. Plug it in. There you go. Fuck it.
Well, Todd's amp is what?
Todd's amp.
Yeah, he's been using my Mesa, my Mesa simulcast. You know, that's a really good one. It's the same one that Mudvayne used. He uses an AB switch, so he uses 2 rigs, but that was one of his rigs on the LD50 album, and it was also on Tools Lateralis. They used that same bass rig. You know, I got Carvin 2 cabs, 15 and 410, but they also have the Eminent speakers in it, you know, upgraded, and they're really, I mean, it's a really powerful sounding amp.
I think it's fucking beast.
And I know Larry probably popped up, but I know his rig is he uses a Marshall rig, and
I've been his guitar.
Larry.
There's Larry.
What's your
Larry,
rig?
the guy wants to know your setup.
Yeah. I love guitars.
Yeah, I'm having some extreme problems here, man. I can't hear half the interview, but I'm.
Damn.
We can hear you. We can hear you.
You see his Marshall in the back? That's his head right there. Yeah, he's been having issue, but he uses that Marshall back there. Yep, you see the Marshall, and then he has a PV cab that he uses with it. Also has the upgraded speakers.
He uses the Ibanez guitar pretty much.
Oh no, that's awesome. I love the fact that you guys are Mudvayne people because I'm so stoked to have that band back too.
Yeah, dude. I
love that.
I wish we could play with them. That would be so sick.
What did we think of Hell Yeah?
I did.
I like
Hell yeah.
I like them, but not as much as Mudvayne. Just like I like Devil Driver, but Cold Chamber is way fucking better. He sings way better in Cold Chamber than Devil Driver.
I know,
Devil Driver, he sings all the same. So, yeah, I like.
Oh, dude, I don't know if that tour is coming out and playing in your area, but it's playing in mine. So I am so hyped up to see Cold Chamber with Fear Factory. I'm a Wednesday 13 lunatic. Me and my wife actually met at a Wednesday 13 concert. So like, It's like it's Cold Chamber, who we love. You know, Fear Factory. I like Fear Factory. You know, they don't really sway me here and there, but I never don't have a good time at a Fear Factory concert.
Yeah.
She knows more about Twisted than I do. I know like one song, and it's because I'm a Ouija board fan. So I know that one song, We Don't Die, where they're like driving a little Ouija board car.
Yeah.
And there's this new band that's opening up that tour. I don't know if you're familiar with them. They're called Black Satellite, but I really like what they're doing.
Oh, yes, they're really good.
Yeah. So I think that's super duper cool for sure. Angel, let's kick it back up to you. But at the same time, fans, it is going to be last call for alcohol. Dude, Project Mayhem AD have been fantastic with their time. Guys, I can't wait to have you guys back on the show because I would really love to do an extended episode with you guys if you're down to talk about more things and get a little bit more in depth on things.
Yep, yeah. Send us a link earlier so we could post it on our social media, and we'll promote it too to get our fans, you know, here to
pumped up,
to talk to.
Please do, absolutely. But fans, anything you want to ask them again, you know, make sure. I know that we're on a little bit early than you guys are used to, so anything you guys want to pop on, please pop it in there so Angel can score it and we can hook up the band. But yeah, Angel, please take it away, and also that way we can talk about recent shows and all that good stuff before we let you go.
Hell yeah!
Would love to have like a record release party online for the next record.
Let's do it. I need a Project Mayhem t-shirt.
Talk all about the new record.
We got glow-in-the-dark shirts. Glow-in-the-dark shirts, man. All of our stuff glows.
Nice.
Yes, buy merch.
It's hot.
Especially now, we're going back to school.
They come with sleeves.
And we would love to do a record release for sure, man. That we'd be honored for you to do one of our release shows for the next album.
Done.
If you really love your kids and you want them to look cool, get them a Project Mayhem shirt.
Yeah. I mean, that's what I'm talking about. The younger, the better. We're in that shirt.
Right. That includes my cheap ass brother. Get a t-shirt.
That means that they're born to have mayhem.
It's so trippy at the shows. A lot of kids come up and they're like, "You guys are really good," and it's pretty cool. Yeah.
It is wild. All ages shows. The kids are all like, they're like, "You're our favorite band." I said, when you go to the PP in the middle of the night, this glows, and you're like, you can see where you're walking, no matter if it's pitch black.
That's something that works for me because I fall over everything.
Me too.
But since we're
gotta get some crutches.
Since we're on the topic of merch, guys, let everybody know like where can you be found and where can merch be found other than at your table.
Take it away, Colin.
Website.
We're still working on the website, but it'll be there soon.
Cool.
But it's projectmayhemad.com, right, Colin?
Yeah.
And then we have a link tree too, so you can look up Project Mayhem AD on the link tree, and that'll give you everything too.
Awesome.
Because you can find our music we're on Spotify, Pandora, Apple, we're on Amazon, YouTube videos, YouTube music. Yeah, we're pretty much everywhere.
Yeah, we got to get the t-shirt thing set up still, but the music is up there. There's videos up there. We have all the current shows that are upcoming up there. And
we can sell our merch on DistroKid without a LLC, Colin. On Distro, not that CD. I have to ask Anthony, but there's that one site that we're on that we could sell our merch. Yeah.
Sweet. If while you guys are getting all of everything, all that stuff set up, like not only just me and or Angel, but also the fans, like. For example, if I reach out to you guys like individually, like or like for me and Angel, like would there be a way? Basically, what I'm asking is there a way for me to order like merch from you guys?
Yes.
Before the site's set up and stuff.
Yep, you can hit any one of us individually, and then you can Venmo, Cash App, PayPal, Zelle, and then we'll send you out merch. You have glow-in-the-dark patches, glow-in-the-dark stickers. We got 2 different style shirts, one with the gas mask guy, and then that one.
CDs.
Yep. CDs. Yeah.
Life will find a way.
Glow-in-the-dark dildos.
Oh, there you go, Angel.
I was going to ask about the gas mask.
We're trying to get the crowd to wear them on their heads,
Those are exclusive for shows, though.
Well, no, the gas mask guy. I got more coming.
Glow in the dark butt plug. Remember the ones that?
Oh, boy.
If they want their son to wear it, just curious.
Dude, Angel, you need to get them to play at Exoticon since you're always there.
Ooh.
Yeah, we're down to play anywhere.
Yeah. For mistresses, get the shirt with the gas mask.
Yeah, you can get that. Just hit me up. Hit me up. Let me know what size you want, and I got you. And it has 2 little biohazard symbols on the shoulders, and then it says "We feast on chemicals" on the back.
Right. And for you mistresses that do financial domination, use his Cash App to buy merch.
Yeah. Oh yeah, she got it. There's the gas mask shirt right there. Yep.
Hold on 1 second. I gotta pump that up.
There we go. Pump that up. Do it, Angel.
Hey, Angel.
You got to put Ruby up on the big screen. Boom.
Yeah. Yep. My friend did that art for us. It's off of the song "Prophecy," about
Ruby.
feasting on chemicals and the battle between the angel and the devil on your shoulder telling you to do messed up shit, and you got to decide to be good or bad. It's all about that.
Dude,
There's this on the back of it, dude.
Yeah, we feast on chemicals, and then the
Hell yeah.
sleeves. The sleeves have the biohazard symbols
How much is the shirt?
Sleevey decals.
on both sleeves. Yeah,
With
That-
psychedelic snails.
that one's only 20, 15 for the other shirt, 20 for that one.
Nice.
And
I
the
love
one part
when
is-
there's things on like the backs of shirts and stuff like that. I always get like excited for that kind of stuff.
I know
Yeah,
the
down
all the junkies are
sleeves.
gonna love it. It's like a fucking druggie shirt. You're like, fast on
mistresses?
chemicals.
It's also because my dad's a painter and he has COPD from painting with no mask and stuff, and all the chemicals that we just take in every day, man. It can be pharmaceuticals. It can be, the chemicals in the sky, everything.
See, Todd is keeping it deep and keeping it real.
Hell yeah, for sure. Angel, is there anything final from yourself, my friend?
Any shows coming up?
Yep. We got, the 24th, we're playing out this month. We're playing in Reno, Nevada. And then we're playing in Modesto on the 31st of this month.
That's a
We have
brewery.
a nice little break in September.
September 13th, we're playing with Nervosa, the Nervosa tour at Whiskey A Go Go with Hatriot as well.
And Lich King.
Lich King, yep.
Yep. A couple others too.
Get to jam with them. That's gonna be fun.
Dude, that's awesome. I think Nervosa are awesome. I'm actually a big Mia Wallace fan, so I think that whole band is sick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I just think Mia's a fantastic performer.
Yep, she is. It's going to be, we're so excited to be on that show.
This is probably the most excited one I'm excited about.
Because we know the guys from Hatriot, they're from our area. Those are actually the sons of Exodus, you know what I mean? So,
Oh, right on.
yeah,
Sons of Sousa.
Sons of
Yeah, I booked them several times in my venue.
We
Love those
played
guys.
with them before, yeah.
Yeah, they're very supportive of us, and we support them.
Dude, that's killer. Absolutely. Well, first and foremost, Project Mayhem AD, we can't thank you guys enough for giving us some of your evening and letting us rock out with you guys and just having fun conversations. And Angel and I would absolutely like to offer you a formal invite for an extended episode, a normal episode. We just happen to be double booked with 2 separate interviews tonight, but we would love to have you back on in the near future to rock out, maybe have a fun Halloween episode or something like that with you guys. But we definitely want to offer you guys the invitation. And the biggest thing that matters to myself and Angel is that you guys enjoyed yourself. You had a good time. You felt, respected. You enjoyed the questions. And bottom line is you felt that this interview was, it was beneficial for your band.
Yep. I just wish we could have
Absolutely.
promoted it more. So, next time, just let us know way ahead of time, like how I could promote it or a link or something. And
Totally.
I'll post that everywhere. And we're down for a Halloween interview. That'd be great.
Hey, sounds good. So at the moment, we have a opening in a couple of weeks. I've currently got a pending possible interview there. But if for whatever reason that doesn't work out, I'll hit you guys up right away.
Okay,
And,
perfect.
if that works for you, it would be Wednesday, August 28th, because we had an interview that we moved up a few, and so we've already done it.
Okay.
So if everything, so if it works out, I'll be in touch. If it doesn't, if the date works and it's a go, we'll get all the proper promotion and all that kind of stuff. And
Perfect.
no worries, it's all good. And worst comes to it, if it doesn't work up, no harm, no foul, because we got you guys. We appreciate your guys' time, your understanding, and we definitely want to give you guys a proper episode with proper promotion.
Perfect, man.
Thank
We
you.
appreciate you guys, and yeah, we'll be down for August 28th. Just let us know.
Absolutely. Sounds good. I'll definitely let you guys know. Angel, I'll keep you in the loop on that, of course, my friend. So we go through all the proper channels because we also want to be respectful of Curtain Call, of course. But Metal Summoners, we love you guys so much. You guys have yourselves a great evening. We'll see you guys back in a few minutes for the follow-up. But please, make sure you're supporting Project Mayhem AD. The love that they gave us, we really appreciate it. But make sure that you guys are getting out, supporting them live, buying some merch, getting out there and allowing them to continue to make music for you guys and all that fun stuff and perform. And also, you got to make sure that you're putting a few extra bucks in their pocket to keep them up on Neon Paint. We definitely got to make sure that that's a thing for them. But Project Mayhem AD, thank you guys so much. We appreciate you guys. Have yourselves an absolutely great rest of your evening. We love you,
You
Metal
too.
Summits. We'll be
We
back.
appreciate you too. Much love and
Take
respect.
care. On behalf of Project Mayhem AD and behalf of the Metal Summit, myself and Angel, check us out on Instagram, YouTube, and also on Facebook. We love you guys. We'll see you guys again. Take care. Be good to each other. As always, you've been watching.